If you're struggling with Amazon KDP, then it's probably because you're publishing books like these. So in this video, I'm going to show you the mistakes that you're making and exactly how to fix it so you can make a lot more money. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sean. I've made well over 7 figures from my own Amazon KDP business. I went from a broke kid to a millionaire by age 26 from actually publishing, not from selling courses. So if you don't believe anything I say, just look up Sean DeWitt KDP income reports on YouTube. And you'll see a huge playlist of income reports that I've done every single month for the past couple years. So this is a book review series that I do where I critique your books that you submitted to me and tell you exactly where you're making the mistakes, why your books are not selling, and how to fix it. So the first book we have is this one, Disaster Scenarios Unveiled: Expert Advice for Self-Reliant Prepping, Sustainable Living, and Off-Grid Community Building in Times of Collapse. So the book cover, I actually like this. It definitely catches my attention. I really like the description as well. You change the font size for the header and you format it really well in a way that it piques curiosity. I don't know why this is all bolded though. So besides that, it's good. So the book is at 500,000 BSR. This is for the ebook. Paperback is about 1 million. So it's not selling much, even though the title is good, the book cover is good, right? And the topic, doomsday prepping, is actually a profitable topic. There are other books on this topic that sells well. So these are all fiction books, but like this one, The Prepper's Medical Handbook, this is basically in your niche because it's doomsday prepping. And I actually like your A+ content, even though it's extremely simple. Like literally just please consider, like it's almost like you really is caring for the reader and you're like, dude, I don't care if you buy this book or not, just understand you got to get the best water filtration, this and that. Like that section alone makes me feel like you really care and you're legit. So I don't know if you intentionally did that, but I like the A+ content. So why is this book not selling? Well, it's as simple as you got 2 reviews and you're probably not running ads or marketing it. So just uploading and forgetting about it, unfortunately, it's not the way you succeed in 2024. It wasn't even the way you succeeded in 2016 when I started. Even back in 2016, you had to get reviews and you had to market your book. So it's not like a recent thing. Like it's not like, this is only because there's competition on Amazon. It's literally been like that for 10 years, right? So what I don't understand is people spend all the time and energy making a book, sometimes even a good book like this one, and zero effort on marketing it. I don't understand. Some people are like, oh, I don't like sales, but it's not even sales. It's just if you have a good product, if you truly know that your product is good, you would be telling people about it because you're so excited about it, right? So I don't know what's going on here, but you just have to get reviews and marketing it through Amazon ads. I do have tutorials on both, so I'll leave a link to those videos in the description below. All right, next book is from this person right here, Angelo Stanchik. He just sent me his whole author profile. So I guess we're looking at all his books. The number one thing that I notice is your book cover. Even though this is a romance fiction novel, it does not look like a romance fiction cover. It's like, you just have a stock image and then you just put some text over it. So that's one. The book cover is not following the traditional romance fiction style that people use. Number 2 is you don't have reviews. You are good at writing. This is a typical case that we see all the time. People love writing, right? But they hate marketing. If you want to make money in publishing, you got to master both. You have to master the research, you have to master the book production, writing, and then you also have to master the marketing. If you don't like it, you can outsource every single step. You can outsource the book production, you can outsource the research. You can also outsource the marketing. Like I pay somebody to run ads for me, so I don't touch it at all. If you guys want to check out the service that I use called Azdroid, the link is in the description below. But the point is, you can outsource it if you don't want to do it, but you still have to do it. Whether you do it or you outsource, right? You can't just skip it altogether and expect to make money. So you have to get reviews, you have to market it, which is the main reason why you're not making sales. But on top of that, your book cover just does not look like the kind of book cover that people would expect for a romance fiction. It honestly kind of looks like a memoir or some kind of autobiography, to be honest. So, so that's one thing that you want to fix. Book cover, get reviews, run some ads. Next book, Mia's Friendship Challenge, a story of self-growth for kids. 2 reviews, 3,600,000 BSR. It's pretty much the same thing, guys. It's two reviews, which is the issue. You're probably not running ads, and you have a poorly made book cover. Like it's okay, but it's not the best book cover. Another thing is Mia's Friendship Challenge. What is it? What do you mean a friendship challenge? What are you gonna learn, right? a story of self-growth for kids. So you do explain that it's about a self-growth. That's the lesson that we're learning in this book, but it just looks very self-made. These are the books that you're competing with, and you have to truly ask yourself, is your book better than any of these? I don't think your book cover is better than any of these. I don't think your title is better than any of these. The title is a lot more clear, like this one, a growth mindset book for kids to boost confidence, because children's books are always teaching something, to the kids, right? So some kind of moral lessons is there. So this one is a heartwarming story about friendship and embracing differences. And it gets cut off, but you get the point. The subtitle is a lot more clear than yours. Yours is just a story of self-growth for kids. Others is a lot more descriptive, like a rhyming tale of belonging and friendship, a heartwarming child and whatnot. So you have to be a lot more clear on that. And for the book cover, same thing. You can get a book cover that's a lot better than this. If you need recommendations on a professional book cover designer specializes in children's book, I'll leave a link to this gig in the description below, but she will go and create a high quality children's book cover like this. After you update the cover, you will obviously have to get reviews. Once again, check out my video on how to get reviews in the description. But those are the points. After that, you can go and market it. But right now, it does not look like a professional book. And obviously, even with this current state, if you market it, you can get it down to probably 500,000 BSR around there, which is making around $50 a month or so. But if you want to have this book to do hundreds of dollars, even $1,000, then you will have to fix these glaring mistakes. Next book, Thriving Habits, Building Good Habits One Day at a Time. So you guys will probably know what the issue is at this point. Cheap book cover, right? Title, very vague. Thriving Habits. What do you mean? Like, you have to be super clear. Building good habits one day at a time. Too vague, okay, like there's so many habits book. What makes this book better than other habits book out there? The description is not even formatted. You only have 5 reviews, and yet your book is above average in price, $16.99, and that is why you have absolutely 0 sales. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip over this because we already kind of covered it. Update your cover, get more reviews, be a lot more clear on your title, explaining what the benefits are, and you should probably niche down too. Thriving Habits is just way too broad. I mean, you're competing with books like Atomic Habits, right? With 5 reviews, cheap book cover, it's a really, really tough place to be in. So you want to niche down, like habits for relationship, habits for business, habits for something, but you will have a lot less competition there. Next book, Psychology of Overthinking, Why We Do It and How to Stop. So the Psychology of Overthinking itself is a good title. The subtitle, once again, you have more word count, more space to talk about it. Use power words, use numbers, like 21 essential reasons why we overthink and how to stop it for good. Use some extra words, descriptive words to sell the book better. Like it's too simple here. The book cover does catch attention, although it does look a little cheap. I like the brain image, but these lines around it, I'm assuming it's the thoughts that are flowing, but it's just not working. Also, the font is too cheap. The color is too cheap. There's a Canva color. So you definitely have to update the book cover. Once again, check out the gig that I link in the description that specializes in nonfiction book covers. I'll leave a link to that as well. And obvious issue, you have 0 reviews. So you're in a very competitive self-help niche with a vague title, poorly made book cover with 0 reviews and probably no marketing and expecting to make money. And, Amazon KDP is one of the easiest business out there, but it's not this easy. Like, you can't just whip up a book in a random topic with no research, not spending much time on production, 0 marketing and expect to make money. But if you do good research, good production, and good marketing, it is one of the easiest business out there. I promise you that, okay? I'm not saying the business is easy, but comparing to other businesses, it's significantly easier. If you think Amazon KDP is hard, then try other businesses. I'm begging you. If you try other businesses, you're gonna come back to KDP like, oh my God, KDP is like 1,000,000 times better because there are so many less moving parts, okay? So I'm just saying that if you think what I'm saying is too much, too hard, trust me, other businesses are a lot worse. All right, so the next book is Running Away from Cancer, the inspirational journey of a non-runner who turned to ultra-marathon running after being diagnosed with malignant brain cancer. So it has 21 reviews and you have 1.6 million BSR. So One thing I would say is you have an amazing story. First off, I respect you a lot, for dealing with this in a positive way, because obviously nobody wants to have cancer, right? It's one of my biggest fear as well as getting cancer. But you are doing something very inspiring, going into ultra marathon. And the good thing is your title is very clear. You literally explain what the book is about right here, the inspirational journey of a non-runner who turned to ultra marathon running, and whatnot. So the title is good, although I recommend you capitalize each letter. It's a little more professional. Your book cover is you in Arizona, in the Grand Canyon, looking up when this book is about cancer and running. So it's two topics, cancer and running. You can have a book cover that represents cancer and probably represent running. I think you should focus on the running, concept more, like the marathon concept. So it just does not make sense to have a picture of you in Grand Canyon just chilling. You should have a picture of you running, and that should be the base of your book cover. So maybe something like this, right? This is a concept of running, but you get the point, right? Like you want to showcase that, focus on that better. So update the book cover for sure. You have 21 reviews, so it's pretty decent. So once you update the book cover, then you are ready to market it, because there is a market for this. There's an audience for this book, right? So I'm pretty confident you can make sales if you actually start telling people about it after you update the book cover though. Because you already have good reviews, right? This is enough reviews to market it. So what I recommend you do, you can obviously run Amazon ads. The easiest ads to run is automatic campaigns, because Amazon will go and show your books based on the data that they have. So you don't even have to go and find keywords and products. You just set up an automatic campaign and let Amazon do the rest. Very, very easy. That's something you can set up right now. If you need tutorials on that, once again, the link is in the description below. But on top of running Amazon ads, I highly recommend you do social media marketing. Or, when I say social media marketing, it's just sharing your story on social media, making content. Whether that's TikTok, whether that's Instagram Reels, just showing up and talking about your journey, making a short reel of you running, just filming that, posting it with a caption that says, "I'm fighting cancer," or something like that. There is actually a guy on Instagram that has millions of followers, and he has terminal brain cancer, and he runs across the world, right? Like I think he's doing like multiple marathons, and he is blowing up. He has so many audience because of that story, and he is doing fundraisers for it. And he's raising a lot of money, and you can essentially do the same thing. All you have to do is just show up and share your story. You can do this as once again, Instagram Reels, TikTok Shorts, also YouTube Shorts. I recommend that is the easiest way for you to start sharing footages of you running with some inspirational message or whatever you want to share, and link to this book, in the description. And that is all you have to do. And I think you will start making a lot more sales. So that is my advice, and I wish you the best. Our next book is Surprising History Stories. Weird historical facts and trivia to tickle your brain. Simple title, but I like it. Now, I also like the book cover, and I see that you got 31 reviews, which is pretty decent. So I didn't see your BSR yet, but let's see, because it looks pretty good to me. So I'm curious what the BSR, which is 624,000. Which is probably making you about $50 a month or so. So it's doing okay, right? This is for the ebook. Maybe you're making more on paperback. All right, so the paperback is 742,000. So I think, yeah, around $50 a month or so is a realistic estimate of how much you're making from both formats. So I'm not sure if you're running ads for this book, but this is one of those books that will do well if you run ads. You're at a pretty good price point, so I think it'll sell okay. The one thing I don't understand is what happened to your paperback title, Surprising History Stories to Tickle Your Brain. You're missing a subtitle now, because with the ebook version, you have this, Weird Historical Facts and Trivia to Tickle Your Brain, or Tickle Your Brain, which is much better than the shorter version in the paperback. I'm not sure why you have that, or you have the change there. But you are basically competing in this niche, right? History buff trivia, like Bill O'Neill is your competitor. And these are the book covers that you're competing with. Although it's about history, so a little more of a, like this kind of older, 1980s, or it's not 1980s, but you get my point. Like this kind of style book cover does work. So I think the key for you to make more money is really just running ads and doing better targeting. I don't know if you tried ads and it wasn't profitable, I'm not sure, but the book listing itself is pretty good. The only other thing I recommend is just get more reviews, run ads. That is it. Optimize the ads. I think that's the missing ingredient here. Next book is Low Income Savings Challenge book. Fun and practical money saving challenge book featuring a variety of saving tasks ranging from $50 to $1,200. So there is some repetitiveness happening. Like you don't need to put challenge book twice, one in the subtitle. This book is not selling. I think it just does not look good. The book cover just does not look good, and you have 2 reviews. So it's kind of the same issue as a lot of the other books that we looked at. It's that low income savings challenge book. I don't know how many people actually search for this. Like I can't think of anyone searching for a book using this keyword. So I just looked it up, and it actually looks like a lot of books are selling on this topic, which is surprising to me. But this one's 19,000, this is 100,000, 47,000. So there are some low income savings challenge book that's doing well. I honestly don't think the term low income savings challenge is something people ever search. I feel like the first book on this topic put that as a title, and everybody started copying it thinking that is the title that you need. But I believe the real keyword is something like money savings tracker or something. I think that's what people found the original book and started making, started buying that from. So, but either way, comparing the book you have to the books that are selling, I just don't think it's as good. I mean, you just have, the big thing is the title is hard to read. Your title should be a lot bolder and bigger than this, a lot more clear. Like the best-selling books always have a very clear title font and everything, as you can see. And they have more reviews. I mean, you're competing with these books that has hundreds of reviews, except this one is 21, but it's barely making money. $4.97, like they're barely making any royalties. Even, at 47 BSR, it's only making $4 a day, if not, right? So it's just, it's a tough niche, and you're trying to compete with 2 reviews. You're just probably doing uploading and forgetting about it. So that is the issue, is you can't really do that with this niche, right? So I would improve the book cover and get more reviews. And also title is not the best, so maybe work on that next time. If you want to learn how I create my books that consistently becomes a Amazon bestseller, then you can check out my Amazon KDP program in the description below, as well as all the tools and resources that I recommend in your publishing business. If you want me to feature your books in future videos like this, then all you have to do is follow me on Instagram and DM me your Amazon link. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.